Hey there, thanks for hitting play on Leanne On Demand today. So recently I upgraded our internet at home. So originally we had something called the NBN, which is the National Broadcast Network within Australia. And I had a call from my internet provider and they said, hey, we can give you a new 5G modem. You won't need to use NBN ever again. And we're going to take 20 or I think it was $30 off the initial plan for the first 6 months. But overall I'm saving $20 a month ongoing. It was a bit of a no-brainer. The NBN can be a little bit dysfunctional at times, and I've had some moments where I've jumped on calls and it hasn't worked. So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's upgrade to 5G. So that's been done. What I did not realize is when you upgrade to 5G, you might have some tools at home that may not be compatible with the new 5G network. An example is my printer is not compatible, so it just will not connect to the new network. Thankfully, my Peloton bike and tread all connect, my computer connects. And so the really important items are connecting, home security, all of that. The most frustrating thing that doesn't connect is my Google Nest. I've had it for maybe 8 years. I think it's like a version 2. And whenever I tried, I just could not connect to the new network. And I realized it was because of a 5G compatibility issue. And the reason I'm telling you this is just to set up a scenario for why I use this AI tool that I'm going to be geeking out about today. First of all, I think AI, it's so broad. A lot of us do connect AI and we think it's ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a tool that uses AI, like many out there, but there's really powerful tools. And I do follow a guy on YouTube. His name is Matt Wolf. I'll link to him in the comments. I try to watch his videos every week, just seeing what's out there. And I've also recently subscribed to the OpenAI channel on YouTube, and I'm going to have to try to force myself to watch these videos. I really think we're up for an just incredible amount of disruption. I'm even curious around, will the role of consultants last? If we're replacing people, a lot of the work that I do is around helping people, like work within organizations. What's the future in that if we're actually losing employees and focusing more on technology? So I'm trying to think about, a long game scenario of my relevance to the work and how do I evolve given all the disruption. Not to scare anyone, but I think I'd rather just to be aware of what's happening so I can consider what changes I need to make as opposed to digging my head in the sand. Anyway, so Matt Wolf is a good guy to follow, and OpenAI again is just something that to become more familiar with the language and to see what's coming up, I am going to follow them and try to, again, like I said, just to watch a video, even if it's on double speed, just to, again, keep up that currency. My good friend Ronsley Vaz late last year ran a workshop on AI for business owners, and I learned so much from that. I really have to revisit my notes, but I think the number one thing was he mentioned a tool called Perplexity. And the reason why I called out my speaker is because on the weekend, I was like, okay, I need a new speaker because I was using the Google Nest for many different things. One was for traffic updates. I'd be like, okay, Google, how long is it going to take me to get to X? And it would give me a traffic update. And so I would kind of plan my, getting readiness around that. I would always ask it for the weather. I would ask it to play music or a podcast as I was getting ready. I really relied on this thing. And so I was hopping on Google and I was researching like what are some compatible 5G smart home devices. And I thought, hang on, Ronsley mentioned this tool called Perplexity. Let's jump in and use it. So I jumped into Perplexity and I said, okay, here's a go. I need a 5G enabled smart speaker, and I mainly use the Google Suite for my business in terms of the calendar updates, G Suite, all of that. But I also have Apple devices and I love streaming things on Spotify. I want something that has pretty good sound but isn't hugely expensive. What do you recommend? And what Perplexity does is it's almost like an amalgamation of Google search results and ChatGPT. And it actually gave me recommendations. It gave me 2 recommendations. One was a Sonos 2, which I think was around the $600 mark. And then the second option was the Amazon Echo 4th generation, which arrives here tomorrow. And that was $169 with Amazon Prime free delivery. So what it did is like it eliminated Google. And I think a lot of people saying that, how is Google going to be relevant now? People won't be using search engines. What impact does that have on SEO? I think that's an interesting question. Just again, more curious around, okay, what's the impact of this? But it saved me so much time because usually when I'm searching for things like this, I'm opening up Google, I'm opening up various tabs, I'm looking at reviews, but Perplexity does all of it in one. So I could ask it then, okay, show me some reviews, weigh up the pros and cons between these 2 devices. So what I loved about it is that you can just plug in this detail and it gives you the source. So this tool, again, I'm going to link to it in the show notes. It's called Perplexity AI. And I guess the difference between this and ChatGPT is that Perplexity is like an investigative journalist. It digs up facts, it cross-references sources, and delivers a detailed report. Whereas ChatGPT is like almost like a generalist. It can handle almost anything you can throw at it. It's creative, analytical, conversational. So Perplexity is like, I guess I'd use it for researching. It links directly to documents. I think it's designed to be a search engine alternative that gives you an immediate link to the source reference as well. And what I love about it, and the example that I just shared, was that it summarizes information from the web and then cross-checks that with all the different references. So the other good thing about Perplexity, while ChatGPT is used on data like from the past, Perplexity is really current. Like it references information in the moment. And you can also filter sources. So if you want academic papers or Reddit or YouTube, it will search those things as well. Interestingly, like YouTube, so maybe there's a call to, again, create more long form video content because it can search YouTube too. So Perplexity, it doesn't replace ChatGPT. These can be used complementary, but I think it's great for straightforward search-like queries. Another thing that I use Perplexity for is, I don't know if you know this, but I hate inclines. I just like on any run, I think that's pretty common, but I like to avoid them. So I actually said, find me some half marathon courses in 2025 that have no incline and the weather is between this range when I'm running it, and give me the direct links to sign up to those to those events. And I think if you're doing a lot of research, you want in-depth answers, use Perplexity. Sometimes ChatGPT can come up with some nonsense, like some hypothetical facts, but the good thing about Perplexity is that you can really kind of trust it because it has that ability to cross-check things as well. And you can then link to citations to include that transparency, linking it back to the source document too. I've just been using the free version of Perplexity. I don't use it like an insane amount. There is a pro search feature similar to ChatGPT. You can upgrade for $20 a month. So just to summarize the difference between the two, use Perplexity AI if you need accurate, fact-based answers, you want sources cited and summarized, and your focus is on research or search-like queries. So if you're thinking, I need to use Google to weigh up different things, I'd go straight into Perplexity. Like bypass Google, use Perplexity. ChatGPT, continue to run for you as you like to use it. If you want just a flexible general purpose assistant, if you want some coding help or content creation help, or you want to like create images or workflow automation, ChatGPT is for you. So it's not about which one's better, but it's more about maybe just giving you some awareness of a cool tool that is out there that might save you some research time. But especially when I'm buying new things, I spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos on like pros and cons. And I love that I can just go, hey, here's my criteria for what I need. Now you tell me what tool I should get to sort this out. So let me know if you've used this tool or if you start using Perplexity. Let me know your experience. Send me a message on all the socials or tag me and share this episode if you think someone will find it helpful. Amazing. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.